what is the difference from being an investor now than when you're selling box, working on that 9 to 5? What are the conversations that you guys have today compared to back then?
Well, whenever we talk about work, it's a lot more interesting because when they'd ask about boxes, we'd maybe have a 10-minute conversation. It's like, well, I talked to them about that box and, that needed this much thickness and it needs to be that big. And, that's as far as it goes.
Done.
Right. And now it's like, well, I talked to this person who they needed to sell for this reason. And then we negotiated the deal to structure it this way. And because it was this way, this helped him over here on this end 3 months later. And it's so much more flexibility that you can, I enjoy what I do now much more than I did. And I think they enjoy talking about what I do now.
They're learning as well. They're curious and trying to understand, because as a parent, we always want to have a conversation, get to know our kids, see where they're at. And I think they are trying to see how serious you are. Mm-hmm. And are you really growing on this? Is this the right path for you?
Yep.
When you look at yourself, do you feel like you're proud of who you are and how far you have become?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm proud of making the climb. Honestly, like I took the risk to get out of a stable paying job, and I was making a decent amount of money because I was still making commission off of it. And, in the first year, I made more money in real estate than I did in my job with a W-2, and I just, if I'm looking at like the full journey of it, I just remember, being down in the trenches, working hard, trying to find something, trying to make sense of something within this. And then building off of that.
How many deals have you done since you became an investor?
11.
11.
Yeah.
And do you remember how much money have you made?
Overall, 123. Yes, 123.
And what is your goals or dreams moving forward? What is your strategy to continue to grow?
Well, I really want to do more creative stuff and creative acquisitions, but also creative dispositions. I think like my biggest thing, especially with the way the economy is right now, I really want to look into acquiring sub-2 and then wrapping. I think because of the way the interest rates are now, we have such a high standard from where it's been in the last 5 years, that, even if I can get something that is on the front end 3 or 4% and then wrap it on the back end at 9 or 10%, and then I don't have to do any of the maintenance on the property, that's something that really excites me, because that's just another check coming in, that, it's where I don't have to constantly do repairs, I don't have to manage tenants, I don't have to do any of that. For me right now, I think that's great, because I don't need to get a property manager. I don't want to have a full-on portfolio for it. I would like the wraps, and then that'll generate more capital, and then I can take that capital and then put it into appreciating properties, and then build a portfolio off of those for rentals.
I think there's so many options, so many ways, as the economy and then so much going back and forth and changing so fast in many ways.
Right.
I'm always wanted to be open-minded and be ready to whatever comes, and play with all the strategy that we have. And I don't want to just subject. I'm like, okay, send me your deal, send me what you have, and let's analyze.
Yeah.
And then let's decide together which one we want to work with.
And the analyzation is going to be a lot different now than it will be in 2 years.
Or in 6 months.
Right.
Yeah. I don't have the crystal ball.
Quick.
And I see people doing the market update or what's going to happen in 5 years. And I'm like, you're kidding me? We don't even know what's going to happen in the next 6 months. We can predict, but we really don't know. Yeah. Because the way the economy is changing, we have to be more open-minded to be able to see or be ready for when it comes. And I wanted to change with the economy. I don't want to just sit and wait for the economy to change. I want to start changing with the economy, and then I don't even notice it.
Right.
And I think that's the difference. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, be ahead of the ball, be with it.
I want to be with it, because I don't feel the change, because I'm already still making money. As the market goes around, I'm with it. Send me the deals and let's work together.
Yep.
And I know that we have a strategy to play with it. So let's just play the game,
Yeah.
not on the poker, but in the real estate.